Right, all of you, can you see my screen? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now? Right. So yesterday we discussed about the introduction part of the Microsoft SQL Server. Right. So today I'm going to work with the different scenarios related to SQL. See, basically we discussed in yesterday's class, we discussed SQL Server is basically, RDBMS database, right? In the same way, SQL Server is product of Microsoft Corporation. These are all we discussed in yesterday's class. And coming to next scenario, see, for example, we installed SQL Server. After that, we created database. Of course, see, database creation and SQL Server installation, database creation tasks related to database administration team. DBA, database administration team, is going to take care of those things. Okay, no problem. Coming to next scenario. Here in SQL Server, if you want to, after completion of the installation, if you want to complete any task in SQL Server, you need tool. The tool name is Management Studio. In shortcut, it is also known as SSMS. SSMS means SQL Server Management Studio. Okay. So here, this tool contains different parts. CUI, character user interface part. In this part, if you want to complete any task, you have to write SQL script. Then we are going for execution. For execution, we can use execute button, or we can use function key F5 from the keyboard. In the same way, it also contains GUI, graphical user interface part. This part contains only navigations. Navigations means apply, OK, cancel kind of buttons will be there. By the end of the navigation, automatically execution will be completed. Right? These are the things will be there. So coming to next scenario, I already installed SQL Server and Management Studio. I'm going to show you practically how to connect it to Management Studio. In the same way, how to download SQL Server, how to install SQL Server, how to restore database, everything we are going to upload into Google Drive. I told you we are going to share everything by using Google Drive. So you can access everything from there. Still, if you have any doubts, I will support you. I'll help you. Okay, na? So now let me connect to Management Studio. In search button, start menu, you have start menu search button, right? In search button, type it as Management Studio and then click on Management Studio. See that it is going to open now. Here you have to click on connect button. Then go to new query. So like this, you can click on new query, right? So new query window will be open. After connecting to new query, after connecting to new query window, don't forget to open drop down and select your database name. Because what happens, in SQL Server, we are going to work with multiple databases, right? We are going to work with in SQL Server multiple databases. So you have to select your database. Now question is, sir, how do I know what is my database? In real time, documentation will be there. Based upon documentation, easily we can find out what is our database. Okay, what is our database? Easily we can find out. So coming to next scenario, here you can write commands like this. After writing commands, you can use this execute button for execution, or you can also use function key F5. F5 function key F5 from the keyboard. Okay, na? So in the same way we discussed in yesterday's class, like we are going to work with the different types of data, right? In the beginning, we create tables. After that, we are going to store data in tables. So now the thing is, different types of data means numbers, characters, date time data, money data types, different scenarios will be there. So now the thing is, if you want to store any type of data in SQL Server, you need supporting data type. Right. So you need supporting data type. So what are the data types available in SQL Server? Let us see. So let's go to number family. In number family, we have integer. Integer means what? Integer means it is perfect number. It will not allow decimal value. Suppose I'm giving 6. 6 is integer. Suppose I'm giving 6.1. 6.1 is not integer. 6.1 is decimal value. See that there is some decimal value. That's why it is not integer. Okay. So suppose you want to store decimal values, you are going to work with the float data type. Okay. Right. So integer does not allow decimal values. Float data type allows decimal values. In the same way, we can go for different data types like numeric of p comma s. So numeric is data type, p comma s is length of the data type. P stands for precision, s stands for scale. Now question is, what is precision, what is scale? Right? I'll give you an example for that. Suppose I'm giving numeric of 5 comma 2. So in this example, 5 is precision, 2 is scale. Okay. Suppose this is decimal point. Scale is 2. That means I can go for 2 digits after decimal point. Precision 5. That means total 5. 2 already given after decimal. So I can go for 3 digits before decimal. See, scale indicates number of digits after decimal point. Scale is 2. So after decimal point, I can go for 2 digits. Total 5. So already we have given 2 after decimal. That's why we can go for 3 before decimal. Only this part is called as scale. And the whole part is called as precision. Is it clear? Precision and scale concept is clear, or any doubts, please? I mean, numeric data type is clear, or any questions, please? Hmm? You are not asking any questions means I feel like there is no issue. Everything is clear. Yeah, sure. Actually, precision comma scale. Precision means total digits existing in that number. Scale means number of digits after decimal point. I have given 5 comma 2. Total 5, 2 after decimal. That means before decimal I can go for only 3. Right, Abdul? Okay, na? Only this part is scale, and the whole part is comes under precision. Is it clear, Abdul? Okay, na? Somebody asked me. Abdul only asked me, right? Yeah. Okay. Right, Abdul.
Sir, numerical 5 comma 2 what?
That's what I explained.
Number,
Yeah.
numerical 5 comma 2 sir.
5 means precision, 2 means scale. See that here I have given, right? Okay, na?
Okay. P for 5. Yes. P5.
It is precision, 2
Yes.
is scale. Okay, na?
Okay.
Okay. Right. Right. So coming to next scenario, we are going to work with the character data. So now character data, we have different data types. Suppose char of length. This is known as fixed length character data. It accepts alphanumeric values. Okay, no? Alphanumeric means what? Mixing of characters and numbers comes under alphanumeric data. Fine. In the same way, it provides good performance. Performance means what? Speed, accessing speed. Okay, fine. But only problem with this data type is memory wastage. So how memory wastage occurs? For example, we are working with some table. Table contains ename column. For ename column, I have given data type as char of 10. That means maximum of 10 characters can be inserted into ename column. Suppose I'm going to insert my name. How many characters there in my name? 6 characters. So it has to occupy only 6 byte space in the database. Of course, maximum we are given 10. We are given 10 now. 10, but we are inserting only 6, so it has to occupy only 6 byte space in the database. But what happens, it occupies 6 byte space for the data, whatever we inserted. Remaining 4 bytes, it will go for blank padding. Blank padding means 4 bytes of the space is going to waste. Null is going to insert. So in this way, some memory wastage will be there in fixed length character data type. Okay, na? Now question is, even Microsoft also knows that. But why we have char of length there still in SQL? Performance purpose. Generally, some columns will be there. Some columns, what happens, we are going to insert every time same data. Every time same data like true, 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 false, 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 true. Kind of columns will be there. Okay, na? So for that, we are going to use char of length data type. Okay, na? In this data type, we can store maximum of 8,000 bytes of the data. 8,000 characters maximum can be stored. That is the limitation. Okay, na? So I said like there is some issue with this data type, then what to do? Because we have some other data types. See this varchar of length, variable length character data. Okay, na? Variable length character data. See, it also stores alphanumeric values, but only difference, of course, it also stores maximum 8,000 bytes data. What is the difference between char and varchar? See, in varchar, no memory wastage will be there. Okay, na? Variable length character data, whatever the data you are going to insert, it occupies for that only. It is not going to occupy. I mean, space wastage will not be there. Okay, that is the difference between char and varchar data types. Okay, is it clear? Right. In the same way, we can also go for varchar of max data type. See, varchar max means variable length character data only. Variable length character data only, but max size. So unlimited size can be utilized. Generally, that type of requirement is rare case only. But still, you have requirement, then you have to fulfill it. Suppose you have requirement, then you have to fulfill it, right? Am I right or not? That's why we are going to work with these data types. Okay, so these are the data types we have in a SQL Server to store character data. Coming to next scenario, we have to discuss about date time data. Actually, we have different data types like small date time. In this, we can store up to 2079 there. Then we have date time. In this, we can store up to 9,999 there. Different data types we have. Small date time and date time. Actually, maximum scenarios we are going to work with the date time only. Because date time, it is up to 9,999 here. But coming to small data time, it is only up to 2079 here, right? Okay, na? Clear? So that is the scenario. So coming to next scenario, we can change format also. Date time format also we can change, but not in data types. In data types, we cannot change format. We have some functions. In the coming sessions, we are going to work with some functions. In functions, we can do that. I'll show clearly how to change date format of the SQL Server. Okay, na? That we are clear. We are going to discuss about that. So coming to next scenario, we have to discuss about money data type. Money data type is used to store currency values with the symbols. For example, I want to store data like this, $10. Okay, $10. $10 is the number, but the dollar symbol is special character. Am I right or not? 10 is the number, but the dollar symbol is special character. So we cannot use number family because in number data types, we cannot store characters and special characters, right? That's why if you want to store currency values with the currency symbols, what to do? You have to go for money data type only. Okay, na? Next, we are going to discuss about binary data types. So binary data means generally we expect like zeros, ones. That is there in mathematics something, right? Okay, that's fine. But coming to SQL Server, binary data means images, photos, audio files, video files comes under binary data. So for this we have different data types. Binary, in the same way var binary, in the same way we have var binary of math. So these are the data types we have to store binary data. It is like, you know, char, varchar of max. Binary, memory wastage. Var binary, no memory wastage. Binary, var binary can store up to 8,000. 8,000 bytes, 8,000 characters. So if you need more space, then what to do? You have to go for var binary max data type, like varchar max data type. Okay, no? Right. So these are the different scenarios, different data types we have in SQL Server. So these are the way, like this is the way, like we are going to work with the different types of data, and we are going to store different types of data in SQL Server environment. So is it clear? This concept, data types concept is clear, or any doubts? Please tell me. So because see, if you want to store any kind of data in SQL Server, we need supporting data type. If there is no supporting data type, how can you work with the database, and how can you work with the data? How can you store data? Am I right or not? So these are all really important scenarios, right? Okay, na? Now tell me, please, is it clear data types concept or any questions, please? No questions? Fine.
Hello, sir.
Fine. Yeah, tell me, please.
Sir, if you are going to use money data type,
Hmm.
so that is character will be only in dollars, otherwise in INRs.
No. Even INRs also we have symbols, right? We
Okay.
got symbol, INR symbol, we got it, right, Sagar?
Okay.
Okay. We
And
can
we had
use.
we had to decide before only.
Yeah. In the
Okay,
beginning only we decide, then only we are going to store. Okay.
okay,
Right.
thank you.
Okay. Right. Any questions? Anybody, please? Please, anybody having questions, you can go ahead. No problem. I will answer. Right then. Let's go to SQL. Actually, here we are going to work with the, SQL language, right? So SQL, what is SQL? I given clear information. Structured query language. It is common language for development, database development. And now we are going to work with different sub-languages also. I clearly mentioned DDL, data definition language. In the same way, DML, data manipulation language, right? In the same way, DRL, data retrieval language. Now TCL, transaction control language, TCL, data control language. So these are the sub languages we discussed. Okay, no problem. So coming to next scenario. If you want to work with these languages, before that you have to connect to SQL server. How to connect to SQL server we have seen already. So now I'm going to start with the DDL commands today. Okay, now I'm going to show you. I mean, I already connected, but again I'm closing this window. I'm closing this window. I'm going to show you how to connect to Management Studio, and I will explain how to create table, that and all clearly. Fine. See, remember this training, SQL Server development training, is purely, practical oriented, not theoretical. I think in yesterday's class also I discussed theoretically you can crack the interview, but you cannot work in real-time environment, right? So now coming to next scenario, we are going to start practical part today only. Okay, na? We are going to start practical part today only. But you have to practice. If you want to practice, right? If you want to practice, you need installation of the SQL server, and then only you can go for practice. So today, Durgasoft people are going to create Google Drive. They will upload yesterday's class video, today's class video, and SQL Server installation software download links, and installation video also. How to install SQL Server, installation video, database backup files, how to restore database. Every video they are going to upload today into that Google Drive. So you make a call to them and enroll with them, then they will give you access to Google Drive so that you can install and you can start practicing. Okay, na? Right? So now I'm going to start with DDL commands, data definition language commands. Actually, what I said, we can store data only in the form of tables. There is no other facility. Okay, na? There is no other facility, only table creation. Of course, views concept is there, but that is different scenario, right? So now coming to next scenario, create command. In data definition language, we are going to start with the create command. So create command is used to create table. Actually, now I'm showing simple scenarios because we are in the beginning only, right? We are in the beginning only. If I'm going for some other scenarios, you cannot work, right? Okay, right? That's why now we're in the beginning only. That's why I'm going to show you simple scenarios. See, now coming to next case, create table. Table name I have given T1, start bracket. Inside bracket, you have to define column. Suppose ID column, integer data, comma. Ename column, varchar of 20, comma. Date of birth. In shortcut, I am taking it as DOB, date time. close bracket and execute. What happened now? Table created successfully. See, how many columns there in this table? 3 columns. You know, we can create a table with maximum of 1024 columns. That is the limitation. Okay, na? See here, ID column you can store integer data, ename column you can store character data, date of birth column you can store only date time data. Okay, na? Right? So now anyhow we created table. Fine. See, table always contains structure. Structure means what? Columns. In the same way, it contains data. Data means what? Rows. Okay, no? Table contains columns and rows. So columns means structure, rows means data. Actually, just we created only structure of the table. There is no data, right? Because we have not inserted data right here. What we did, tell me, we just created only structure of the table. Okay, fine. Next DDL command is truncate command. Actually, truncate command is used to delete data from the table. Please, what truncate command does? Truncate command deletes data from the table. Right? Truncate command cannot delete structure. Of course, there is no data in the table, only structure created, but still I am going for execution. Suppose truncate table T1 execute. Why I executed, you know, I want to check whether truncate command deletes structure of the table or not. That's what I want to check. So now, anyhow, truncate command is executed. Now I'm going to check structure of the table deleted or not. SP underscore help table name. See that structure is there only, structure not deleted. Table name, when it was created, column name, so data types, so everything is there. Okay, no? Right? Actually, SP underscore help is not DDL command. It's not data definition language command. Okay, no? It is system stored procedure of the SQL server. It is part of SQL server. It is used to retrieve structure of the table. See that we retrieved structure, right? That means SP underscore, that means truncate command. Truncate command cannot delete structure of the table. It is proved now, right? Right. Next command is drop command. So drop command is used to delete a table from the database. Okay, na? What is the difference between truncate and drop? Tell me. Truncate command deletes only data, not structure. Coming to drop command, it deletes a complete table. Suppose drop table T1. See that? Then what happened? Table dropped. Any doubt? SP underscore help table name. Please check. Table does not exist. Why it is showing table does not exist? Because we deleted table. We deleted table from the database. That's why it is showing does not exist. If you want to work with the same table, you have to create table again. You have to create again. See that I'm going to create table. See the table structure created. Okay, na? So now table already created. I want to add new columns to the table. I want to add new columns to the table. Alter command. Alter table T1. Add column. Suppose salary integer comma, commission integer comma, address varchar of 50. Execute. What happened now? New columns added to the table. By using alter add command, we added new columns to the table. Any doubt? SP underscore help table name. Please check. Added or not? Check columns names. Added. Next scenario, I want to delete only address column from the table. I don't want to drop table. We have seen already how to drop table. Already we have seen. Now I want to drop only address column from the table. Alter table T1. Drop column name. Alter drop command. So by using alter drop command, we can drop column from the table. Please check it. Execution done. Now SP underscore help T1 table name. Please check. There is no address column. There is no address column. Why? Why? Because we deleted address column from the table. We dropped it. How we drop? Tell me. By using alter plus drop command, we drop. Same way, what is the data type of ID column integer? Suppose at the time of table creation, I have given data type of ID column integer. Now I want to change data type of ID column from integer to character. Alter table T1. I'm sorry. Alter column ID. Just provide new data type. Varchar of 20. What happened now? Data type changed. Any doubt? SP underscore help table name. Please check what is the data type of ID column. Varchar. So these are all comes under DDL commands. Create command. I'm sorry. Create command. Truncate command. Drop. Alter. Actually, create command is used to create table in the database. Truncate command is used to delete data from the table. Drop command is used to delete table from the database. Alter, we have seen different scenarios. Alter add new columns to the table. Alter drop column from the table. Alter change data type of the columns. So these are DDL commands. Now tell me any doubts.
Sir, this is Anand. Hello,
Yeah,
sir. If you delete a table from the database, we can't get a table again?
No. If you are deleting table from the database, you cannot roll back it. Okay, no?
Okay, we have to start from first only.
Yeah, you have to create table again. Again, you have to create table.
Okay, okay, thanks.
Yeah, hello sir, this is Nagaraju.
Nagaraj, tell me.
Hello.
Yeah,
Sir,
Nagaraj,
just
tell me
now,
please.
yeah. Just now you alter the number data type to varchar data type. ID column to change the ID
Right,
column data type from number to varchar.
right,
So for
right.
suppose ID is a integer, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So varchar is the character, numeric characters, right? So
Right.
is it possible, to modify, to alter from ID integer to varchar?
Now there is no data. Now there is no data in the
Okay.
column, right? Okay,
Yeah.
na?
Okay. So
There is
when
no
it is
data.
having data, it's not possible, right?
Right, correct, right.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody, please? Any questions? You can ask questions, no problem. Go ahead, please. Any questions, please? No questions?
Sir, and also, please can you share the how to install the SQL Server, how to download, where we can download the.
Nagaraj, everything we are going to upload into shared disk. Okay, na?
Yeah.
Google.
Yeah. Okay.
Google Drive. Today we are going to, because if you enroll with Durgasoft people, they will give you access to Google Drive.